one of the 30 Days of Stories, Connection, and Conversation. I'm Darcy Kestner Hawkins, your host of this series, and we are counting down the days to the, sorry for the extra noise, counting down the days to our immersive, The Rhythm of Our Hearts, hosted and sponsored by Holistic Healing Alliance. Sorry, I'm looking for my live right now on Facebook. So, it's been quite the little bit of journey for me personally as I've been looking at what I've been avoiding. So, I have the privilege of participating in Mary Lathrop's, who I interviewed yesterday, participating in her program, Pathway to Presence. And we're looking at mind, body, and energy, and what are we avoiding? I don't think, oh, I do get to highlight people. And I thought, I've been on my healing journey for a hot minute. And I've gone through a lot of things. I have leveled up a lot. And I've always known that we heal more in a infinity symbol where we will rise, hit a plateau, and then there are nuances that we miss the first go around. So the universe, in its infinite wisdom, gives us an opportunity to revisit it. Even though we say, well, I thought I've already healed that. Well, clearly we have not. And I am no exception to that rule. And I've been exploring different things that have been presented to me on the same topic of protecting and having that Grammy Bear energy. So I want to go ahead and highlight a couple people before I show my face. And here I am. I wanted to go ahead and tag some people in the video, and hopefully they can help me tag others. So the topic today is music, breath, and energy, which is sound, frequency, and atmosphere. So have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt comfortable, or conversely felt really uncomfortable? Have you heard a song that instantly changed your mood? Why do you think that happens? One of the songs that gets me hyped up is Supermassive Black Hole by Muse. I first heard it in the soundtrack for, I think it was Twilight. And so, hello, Rachel. Hopefully we can get you on video and audio. Rachel is the founder of Elemental Heart Space, and hopefully we can see her. So again, so sound affects us more than we realize. And we're constantly responding to sound. The sound that comes up in my house is usually my dog Moose is barking, and here on this platform, you will hear it. So we do have a one by the eyeball. So if you are watching, please drop something into chat to say hello, and so we can say hello back. Music can energize us. Music can make us cry. It can also help us relax when we're listening to more of the binaural, hopefully I'm saying that right, binaural beats, which goes and connects with our brain. Think about soundtracks without the music. The emotional impact is not quite the same. Sometimes it's flat. So music or sound helps us create an experience. So if you're here watching live or you catch this on the replay, what song can instantly shift your mood? And go ahead and drop that in the chat. Mine, again, is Supermassive Black Hole, which I love that song. And yes, it does bring the scene in Twilight into mind, and I love that scene too. The beautiful part of what's coming up on the 27th is Amy, and when we do our interview, we'll get more into detail about frequency and her gift that she's going to share with us, is that they have planetary gongs. How many gongs she's going to bring, I don't know, for the event, and the crystal bowls that will play to the different chakras. There are tuning forks that play to the different chakras as well. So again, if you're here, please say hello. Lightning in a bottle. I don't think I've heard that. And hello, Susan, and thank you for being here. I'm going to have to look that one up. Is it a song, or is that, it must be a song, because I can't understand lightning in a bottle. Have I had enough caffeine yet this morning? I don't know. So we will get the privilege of listening to Amy share her sound healing with the different percussion, with the crystal bowls, with rattles. She may play the flute, I don't know. But these are the things that are within her repertoire that she is able to share with those that she has sound healing for during a sound bath. So the next point is looking at breath. And breath is one of our greatest tools. We stop breathing. We take that little gasp when we experience something unexpected. We can, again, we talked about the vagus nerve day before yesterday, and breath work regulates our vagus nerve. I think it's by Bjorn. Okay. Thanks, Susan. I'll have to look for it. Music is profound on all the different levels. Classical music. I'm not a fan of acid rock, but it does have impact. We have Rachel back trying to get back in, and hopefully it works. I'm not thinking it's going to. But we're moving on to breath, and Rachel is a breathwork practitioner. We do believe that, or we know that breathing is automatic. It is. We breathe, our heart beats. It's an involuntary, the heartbeat is involuntary muscle that works. But we can also use our breath intentionally. And that's what, as a breathwork practitioner, and the training that goes with it is something that Rachel can bring to us during the event on the 27th. So we do have, just a short little plug, we do have early bird tickets on sale. They are going fast, so I would encourage you, and I'll drop the link into the chat at the end of this. But if this is something you're interested in, I would absolutely explore it while you have the chance, the opportunity to get it at the early bird price. Slow breath communicates safety to our nervous system. When we slow our breath, we also slow our thoughts. And that's important, especially if we're in a chaotic energy. So a simple practice that we can do is to inhale for the count of 4. And I would like you to join me in this. Go ahead and take a breath in. And exhale to the count of 6. What did you feel after one intentional breath? Let's go ahead and do it again. Breathe into the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 6. I lied. I went to the count of 8. So my breath work practice is to breathe into the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 8. There's box breathing. There is ha breath in Ho'oponopono. All the breath work is really profound and is something to be explored, and that is something that we're going to do during our immersive on the 27th. How did you feel if you practiced your breath work with me? How did you feel after you took those breaths? Susan, if you're still here, can you share? I could feel calm within me, a sense of peace. And I had a little bit of a hard morning this morning. And so to feel that was very soothing. So going on to point 3, atmosphere matters. Where you're at, the energy where you're at matters. Because healing doesn't always happen through information. Susan shares she experienced release. And this is something that we can do at any time if we just remember. And if we add that to our self-care practice and routinely do it, it will become a habit. And that brings up the next question is, do you have a morning practice? Upon rising, do you express gratitude? Or do you express gratitude before you go to sleep? Or do you do both? The energy that you put into your space, your sacred surroundings, that's your home, your car, where you frequent, your workplace. The energy that you put in there, your contribution, Rachel says ease. That's beautiful. Your contribution to the energy within your sacred surroundings is a conscious thing that you should be doing. Everybody comes with their own energy. And that's why it's important for us to protect ourselves however we do it, whether we bubble up like SpongeBob's Bubble Buddy. I love that one because I get a visual. I climb into that Bubble Buddy suit. You can step into a crystal pyramid and have the opening to Mother Earth and the opening to Source. But you get to choose what comes in and deflect what does not belong. Hey, Indivara and Amy, good morning. I love your share, Darcy. Gratitude, walk outside with my coffee makes my whole day more beautiful. That is wonderful. Thank you, Amy, for sharing that. Sandy the squirrel. Yeah, I always wondered how did she get to the bottom of the ocean without drowning? You know, and who built her little glass house? You know, these logical questions come to mind. And yes, I did not watch SpongeBob on my own. I watched it with my grandchildren or children, one of the two. I can't remember now. So it's like, when did SpongeBob first come out? Right. So we have our sacred surroundings. This is part of the Trinity Weave, and something that will be part of the foundation of the event is your sacred core is what goes on inside, where we need to focus, right? And come in to take care of ourselves. Sacred surroundings is on the outside of us, but yet is still part of us. That's our home. Can the energy flow to you, or is it blocked by clutter? This is part of your atmosphere, your environment. You get to choose what comes into it and what stays. To a degree, when you're talking about going to work, how do you protect yourself when you are at work? Because not all work situations are comfortable. And you get to choose into how you protect yourself. Do you have a talisman that you can touch? As I'm not wearing my ring, as an example. So, or my pendant. Having a talisman, bubbling up before you walk in. The word is kenyoku. It is dry brushing. It's a technique to brush off energy that's not yours when you are finished providing Reiki treatment to a client. But there's nothing that says that you can't do Reiki, that kenyoku technique, every time you come into other people's energy. Because you only want what's yours, because we have plenty for ourselves alone. Indivara shares, answer, breathwork is how she got to the bottom of the ocean. She's got a good set of lungs, let me tell you. Or it's really shallow where SpongeBob is. So with atmosphere being crucial to our growth, to our healing, to who we are, we contribute to that. We are conscious of protecting our energy. And this is why the rhythm of our hearts, the immersive on the 27th, includes community, conversation, reflection, sound healing by Indivara Sound and Healing Arts. And we get to interview Amy, I believe, next weekend and learn more about frequency. The immersive is going to provide you a comfortable space to be. It's going to be safe and sacred. And you get the opportunity to slow down and to receive. And for some of us, receiving, we're not really good at that. But receiving will be there. And receiving doesn't happen only at the event. It continues on because this is healing that is being offered through sound, through breath work, through story, through presence. We're intentionally creating an atmosphere where you and I, all of us, can reconnect with ourselves and each other. So before we go into our closing reflection, is there anything that you would like to share as the audience? And again, if you happen to catch us on replay, we will come back and visit the comment thread. But is there anything that you would like to share right now as far as frequency, breath, and atmosphere is concerned, environment? We sit in silence, we sit in stillness for a moment. Sometimes it gets uncomfortable, but you get to have that. You get to choose into that. You can do it now, and we will definitely be doing it on the 27th. So as we move into our closing reflection, the goal of the immersive is not to escape life. It is to create a sacred pause, moments where we can return to ourselves, because how often do we get to do that? Where our own thoughts intrude on our connection to ourselves, or our lives come into our awareness, usually by children or family concerns. Life just happens, but we get to choose into connection with ourselves to make sure that we're still in alignment with where we're going, or have we even chosen where we're going? Indivara says, setting your intention for the day is crucial, along with affirmations. That's very true. And thank you for that share. Susan shares, when I was walking through the farmer's market, I could smell the flowers and trees more clearly after the rain. How beautiful is that? And it's that pausing that provides that opportunity, and to take time to notice that. Notice those pearls of ordinary moments. And when we string them together, we get to adorn ourselves with the amazing things the universe, Gus, gets to offer us. Indivara shares, we get to honor ourselves. And this is truth. We get to honor ourselves. And sometimes that starts with a breath, a song, a conversation, a room full of people who understand, like-minded people, non-judgmental people. I want to thank you for being here and listening to this, the whys behind the creation of this event and why a sacred pause, taking intentional breaths, connecting to frequency and to your sacred surroundings as you are also in your life sphere. This is the Trinity weave, is so important. You get to choose into you and your own personal healing. Susan shares, I have acquired a Nature's Whisper woodland cards and have started drawing one every morning. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. This is how Susan has honored herself, has brought this into her own personal energy. So I have an ask for you. What helps you feel most grounded? Music, breath, movement, connection, nature. And then, of course, one that I may not have mentioned, right? So if you've been craving a place to slow down, reconnect, and experience the power of community, because we're really big on community in the Holistic Healing Alliance, and we are also looking for partners for the Holistic Healing Alliance. The rhythm of our hearts was created with that intention in mind. Not to give you more to do, but to give you the space, what is also called gracious spaciousness within another community I belong to give you the space to be. Susan says nature helps her feel most grounded. Indivara, all of it. Rachel says movement. And Rachel's going to treat us to some Tai Chi movements within this experience. Everybody, here, let me make new words. Everybody is bringing their unique gifts and talents to this event. And it's going to be phenomenal. Just phenomenal. So I want to thank you for being here. I'm going to drop the link, I hope, into Facebook. And Indivara says, to Rachel, I love your Tai Chi. Yes. And Tai Chi is no joke. So, right? So anybody have any last comments, thoughts? I'll even say rude remarks. We'll entertain those. Drop them into the chat. And we will have a little bit of conversation about that. And again, I want to thank you for being here. For those who are live, super appreciative. Those who catch this on replay, appreciative as well. And we will be back tomorrow on Monday at 4 p.m. where we'll be interviewing Ren. It's a different type of hour of the day. I am now posting the link to the event, and hopefully it will show up. So I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. Susan says, thank you, Doris. I want to pick Tai Chi back up again. I miss it. I hope you do. I hope you do, Susan. So again, thank you for being here. We'll be here again tomorrow at 4 p.m. to have a little bit of a discussion with Ren about her why as to why she wishes to participate in this and give her or share her wisdom. All right. Thank you.